Welcome back. In this episode, let's continue from where we stopped in the previous video. So previously we were able to work on this irrigation farm where we digitized it and then calculated the area and then subdivided the area into three parts. So let's move on by digitizing other parts of the layout plan. So our primary objective in this video is to reproduce what we have here on the layout plan and then possibly make some amendments or corrections to the mistakes that were identified. So first things first, let's start by digitizing the perimeter. So we need to have the complete perimeter digitized and then labeled. So let's do that. So now let's digitize the boundary, that's the perimeter. So I will make the perimeter layer active. And then I'll pick my line. And then I'll continue with my digitizing. So I'll make sure that the OSNAP is on. And then I'll digitize for P1 to P4 to P5. Then P5 to P6. Then P6 to P7. I think P7 is somewhere there. Yeah, this is P8. P7 is somewhere here. And this is P.8, somewhere there. And this is point 9. And this is point 10. It should be somewhere here. Point 9, point 10. And then point 11. And then back to point 1. Yeah. So I need to now label the points. So maybe I can just copy this. Let me actually increase the font size, the text height for these text labels. So let me increase it from maybe 6. Yeah, so I can now copy this. Let me off my host now. So we now have our perimeter digitized. I can turn off the image to see our perimeter. I can even turn off the irrigation farm. And this is our perimeter. So as you can see from the image, the area that was calculated manually was about 16.394 hectares. So let's see if we have something close to that. So I'm going to turn off the image and then I will use my area tool. So measure area tool. And then I'm going to start from point 1, 2, 3, and then measure the area back to point 1. So as you can see, the area is 161437.28 square meter. So in hectares, that should be about 16.14 hectares. So I think what we have is quite good. So it is close to what we have here. So manually, the size was 16.39 hectares. So let me quickly write it down. So the old or let me just call it manual area, is 16.39 hectares. Then maybe digitized area is now given by this, which is approximately 16.144 hectares approximately. In square meters is this. This is square meters. So this is the total area. That's the total area of the entire layout plan. So I think what we have done manually and what we have done digitally are almost the same. So we're in good course. So the next thing we need to do is to digitize other features. So I think from what I can see here, we have stream on this part of the layout. So there's a very big stream that flows along this part of the layout. Then there is another, there's access road here, which I think we can quickly digitize those ones. So first of all, let me create a layer for the stream and then the road. So I'll create a layer, another layer, and then maybe I'll call it main road. Then maybe another layer for the stream. So the layer for stream, I can set it to blue. I think this blue is more appropriate for water. Then the road, okay, I think I have duplicate layer here, so I can remove this. Then for the main road, it should be black, of course. It should be black, and I'll make it thick, maybe 30. Then the line type, instead of continuous, I can make it dash or something like that. So let's see. So I think what we need to do is just use the line for the main road. So I'll just draw the line maybe somewhere from somewhere here to here. Then maybe another one, maybe somewhere here like this. Maybe like this, just to digitize the part. Okay, it even crosses the stream. Okay, I have another one from here, something like this. So that is that. If it's too thick, you can go back and reduce the thickness. Let me off the image and see what we have. Yeah, so this is the road. If you know the width, you can use it. You can always use the offset tool to offset the road accordingly. Then the next thing we need to work on is the stream. So the stream one is easy. I can just use the stream layer, make it active, and then use the sketch. So I'll just use the sketch command and then sketch roughly along the stream. So that is the stream, and I don't think we need a. Let me just put the label. Pick my text. Then write the word stream. Yeah, I think can always increase the font size as usual. Let me set it to 10. Yeah. So that is that. Then the next thing we need to do is to work on the layout. So working on the layout, I'm going to start by working on this part, the horizontal lines. So I'm going to switch to the perimeter layout. Okay, no, this is not the perimeter layout. This should be the layout block. I think we need a layer for that. So I'll quickly create a layer for the layout blocks and make the layer a current layer. You can see the layer is a current layer. And then I can now make use of the line to start digitizing different parts of the layout block. So let me start by rolling out this horizontal line. So I'll pick maybe from somewhere there. So this is a horizontal line that cut across the entire layout. So it stops somewhere there. Okay. Then I can now offset. I can use the offset tool to offset. Let me see my irrigation. Okay, this is where the irrigation stops. Use my O snap. Then I can now pick my offset tool, and then I'll offset through. So I'm offsetting this to this part. Then I'll offset this to somewhere here. Offset this to somewhere here, because all they are just parallel lines. Offset this to somewhere here, and then offset this to somewhere here. Offset this to somewhere here. This to here, and then this to here. So these are okay. We still have more parallel lines here. So here, and this parallel line to set this to somewhere here too. Yeah. Let me off my OS now. Then offset here to here. So as you can see, our layout is taking shape. So let me clean these excess lines a little bit by using the trim command. So I'll start the trim, and then I just need to cut off these excess lines just like that. Okay. So all these are excess lines that I need to cut off. If you are confused with what you are seeing, you can easily turn off the image background layer so that everything will be clear as you work on the layout. I think we need to cut off here. And here, most likely, we need to cut off this part. Yeah. And all these horizontal lines, we'll just erase here. So delete. Let me actually turn off the image so that we can see clearly what we are doing. Yeah, I need to remove all of these excess lines. Then I need to trim off this part too. Yeah, so I think our layout is taking shape. Let me reactivate the image so that we can see what we have done so far. So let me zoom to extent. And then so far so good, this is what we have done. And then we can continue the process. So I can do the same thing for the vertical lines. Just offset, extend, trim, and then make the adjustment. So I think I will do that quickly. So we need to trim off some of these lines that are crossing the road. Like here too, we have lines, horizontal lines crossing the road. Let me turn off the image so that we can see it clearly. So the road shouldn't have all of this. So as you can see, everything is just basic use of lines, trim, extend, uh, what have you. I think this space should be together with this or this. Let's check the layout. So there's nothing special going on here. Okay, this is together with this, so we need to remove this part. Yeah, so that makes it better. So everything so far so good that we have been working on is just the use of lines, extend, trim, and what have you. So all these commands are what you already know how to make use of. So you make use of them to achieve what you want. So you can see our layout is taking shape. So the remaining part is this, which I will also do quickly. And then we'll now see what is left after it is done. So far so good. Our layout is taking shape, as you can see. So let's see. Let me trim off this part. Enter. Let me save. And then let's turn off the image and see what we have so far. So zoom to extent, and as you can see, this is what we have done so far. So we can continue to clean up the lines by using trim and extend until we achieve what we wanted. So I think we need to trim off this part. So trim. I think the whole of this will not be there. The whole of this line too should not be there. Yes, this one to clean it off. This one to remove it. And then remove here. And then remove here. And then here too, we need to remove these middle lines by trimming it off. Yeah. So basically, this is how you go about digitizing the entire layout. So you continue the cleaning until everything is perfectly to your taste. So one thing I would like to mention is, in as much as this layout was generated from an existing layout, by digitizing it, if you want to design a new layout from scratch, the concept is not different from what we have done here. You basically think about where to start from. Maybe you start from, usually you should start from where you have existing road, and then try to extend the road into the virgin area, then offset the roads at whatever specification is given to you. For this layout, the specification is 10 meters, so these roads are 10 meters. So you offset lines horizontally and vertically at 10 meter to make up the roads, and then the blocks, depending on the specification given to you, the blocks can either be 30 by 30 to make up a plot, or if you want to make it smaller, maybe 15 by 30 or 15 by 15, depending on how you want to design the layout blocks. So, but the concept is still the same. You still make use of the same tools we have used here to develop or to design your layout from scratch. So with this, I think I will stop here in this video, and then maybe in the next one, we are going to work on some of these mistakes that were made in the previous layout. For example, like these plots that doesn't have an access road, we are going to make provision for the roads, and then these T junction, these cross junctions, we are going to eliminate them, and then remove the cross junction, remove the danger from the roads. So this T junction should look something like this, so that the risks of accidents will be minimized. Since I'm not sure it is possible to build roundabout at the whole of these places, because it will consume more space and it will render some plots useless. So see you in the next one. Bye bye.